G'day, Dan James here from Double Down Horsemanship, and in our business we have the opportunity to work with lots of different horses across multiple disciplines, from reining, jumping, dressage, and of course on the racetrack. And with that comes the ability to be able to make sure that we have footing that we can maintain for any one of those disciplines. So depending on the day or the season and time at our place at home in Lexington, Kentucky, it could consist of where we have training horses in, where we're working up the round pen to start young horses that are going to go on to do numerous different disciplines, or it might be that we have a clinic involved, and that clinic involves, of course, it comes with a huge amount of horses and people that come along to attend, which means for manure spreaders and having the drags there to then maintain the arena throughout the days at the clinic. So some of the equipment that we have that we use on a day-to-day basis at our farm in Kentucky is the Workman, the trailer, which is an incredible piece of equipment, whether it's feeding out, picking up sticks, cleaning up things, and then being able to, of course, go and be able to dump it. The manure spreaders could not run without them. And the two things that I like in particular about the different spreaders that we've got, one is a PTO driven and one is driven by just movement through the course behind the tractor. And where that really helps us out, come winter time, if the fields have unfrozen and we need to be in an isolated spot, we can use that PTO to empty that trailer out. And of course then if the tractor's busy, then we can hook up to the other spreader. Then when it comes to the drags, we have multiple different surfaces at home that we're working on, both from dirt and synthetic. So both of those two things, having the ability to work up both of those types of footing with the different drags that we use there. So one of the things that I get to do each year, traveling around the country, conducting clinics, I'm always interested when I go to somebody else's facility. I love going to their tack room and seeing what's in their tack room, and then also the equipment they use to maintain the arenas and or around their property. So it's an easy part for me to be able to say, like, when I see something that's not working really well or they are in the need of it, to recommend ABI to be able to help them out. Not only because of the quality of the products that I know that work so well, but also the customer service in being able to help to maintain those products through the course of their life. So the history of how that I came to be a partner here and a sponsored rider by ABI started a number of years ago when Scott, I got to meet him at an event called Road to the Horse, and up until that point in time, I was traveling a lot and didn't really have a permanent home and fixture. But once that came to fruition, and where our home is there in Lexington, Kentucky now, I instantly became very aware of the things that I was going to need to be able to help to maintain and to do our job correctly and provide, the correct footing for the horses that we were going to have in training. So a conversation with Scott started. We were lucky enough that Scott came and visited us down at our facility there in Kentucky, and he's like, hey, I would recommend this, this, and this. Let's get you hooked up. And from there, we rode off into the sunset. So over the course of years where I've had the opportunity to recommend ABI equipment to lots of different, not just customers, but friends that have facilities, own horses, one of the general comments that I always get back is like, man, I can't believe how approachable they were in the conversations that I was able to have, how helpful they were when it come to helping me decide on the exact right piece of equipment that I needed, to make sure that it complied with the tractor or the other machines that I had to be able to utilize the equipment. And then on top of that, it was being able to go through and see and hear the feedback from friends and clients that were like, hey, not only after we got the piece of equipment, when it came time to maintain it, how easy that transition was with just a simple phone call. So there's lots of different aspects when it comes to being a professional rider or a hobby rider and taking care of your horses, whether it's manure management, having the right equipment to drag your arena to keep your horse sound. These are the incredible parts that help make the dream stay alive.